Below Zero is a new Spanish crime thriller that is now streaming on Netflix. It just came out on Friday. This one is directed by Luis Quiles, I think. It's an ensemble cast that also stars Javier Gutierrez in the main role of this movie as a cop named Martin. Basic story and premise of this movie revolves around a prison transport. There's a transport of these prisoners that is going on at night, and during the transport, their convoy is attacked. It's unclear who is attacking the convoy or why, but the bottom line is that the cops inside now find themselves in a struggle for their lives, not only against the threat from outside the prison transport, but also from inside, as the prisoners are also using this opportunity to try to escape. I saw the trailer for this movie and I said, yeah, that looks like B-movie schlock, but it could be entertaining B-movie schlock, who knows? The fact that it's a foreign film, like that it's a Spanish movie, did pique my interest, and some elements of it I was just kind of like, this looked like it could be pretty intense. The premise of the movie obviously is something that we've all seen, we've all experienced before. I mean, you go back and you look at movies like Assault on Precinct 13. There was another film that came out years ago called Armored, I think. It had Matt Dillon and Columbus Short in it. These are movies involving like armored car robberies or, you know, prison breaks and stuff like that. Like, definitely that's the vibe that this movie has. And so for the first hour of it, all of it was set up actually quite beautiful. There's a lot of great white knuckle tension in this film. It helps that the performances really help sell you on it. Also, the unpredictability of the scenarios and the people involved in these situations definitely lends to that extra tension. Like that, if you're looking for tension, you're looking for some action sequences that'll have you on the edge of your seat, this movie delivers that in spades. It's also the fact that in this situation, there are a lot of answers that are hidden from the audience. You don't know exactly why the situation is happening. You don't know why they're being attacked. There's a lot of mystery and discovery to be found in the story here. But it's also mystery surrounding the people inside this prison transport, because you don't know what their side is. You don't know who is going for who. Like, you're not entirely sure how that whole situation is going to play out. The main story, while there's not a lot of meat on its bones, there is something personal and emotional in it that kind of ties everything together by the end. I do think it was kind of a satisfying ending, and it was a surprisingly more emotional ending than I think I was prepared for. For that first act, I was 100% on board. I was with this movie, and then the second act started, and yeah, that's where this movie kind of lost me. Second act of this movie, the pacing grinds to a halt, and the story feels like it's stuck in place. There's a lot of scenes where characters are just kind of sitting around on this prison transport, and they're not really given that much to do. So not only does the story feel like it's not really moving, but then you look at the failed attempts at character, and it just kind of makes everything worse. There are a lot of rushed or underdeveloped scenes where characters just give you a bunch of lines of exposition about them that tells you something about them without actually getting you to give a shit. So definitely it feels like a tale of two movies. The first half is exciting, it's edge of your seat, and it's really well executed tension, and then the second half is just kind of quicksand, and we're just kind of stuck in place and we're not really going anywhere. Then it's kind of like by the time it picks up again in the third act, I feel like a lot of people are going to have checked out on this movie, unfortunately. I understand that movie logic is a thing and characters are not supposed to make perfect decisions in every situation. Obviously, characters are going to make mistakes. That's not always inherently a flaw in the writing or whatever. When there are so many breakdowns in logic towards the end of this movie that a lot of it just feels like it betrays the tone and the setup of the first half of the movie, I gotta point that out in the review. I always feel like I get the full breadth of the actors' performances when it's in subs, when it's in its natural language, but you can watch it in dub. I've heard worse dubbing, and definitely you could watch it and it probably wouldn't take you out of the movie that much. Below Zero was an interesting little Spanish thriller that lost some of its steam the longer it went on. I'm gonna leave this one as a headline in the Daily Planet. It does give you some solid entertainment. If you're looking for something to watch this weekend, check this movie out. Guys, stay tuned. I have a lot of other videos that I'm working on. It might be a double upload day, I'm not sure, but we'll see how that works. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and as always, if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.